The forest stood before me, ancient and mysterious. Sunlight barely touched the forest floor. Giant trees reached for the sky. Their leaves whispered secrets in the wind. This was the Whispering Woods, a place of magic and wonder. A strange energy pulsed within the woods. I could feel it in my bones. The air hummed with unseen life. Tiny lights flickered, leading deeper into the forest. I took a deep breath and stepped inside. I held a tattered map in my hand. The edges were frayed, and the ink had faded in places, but the promise it held was still clear. It was old and worn, passed down through generations. Each crease and tear told a story of those who had come before me, each one adding their own mark to the map's history. The map promised a hidden treasure within the woods. An X marked the spot, a symbol of hope and adventure that had captivated the imaginations of many. Legend spoke of a lost city filled with gold and jewels. Stories of its splendor had been whispered around campfires for centuries, each tale more fantastical than the last. But the path was treacherous and full of danger. The forest was dense with fallen trees and jagged rocks that made every step a challenge. Many had tried to find the city, but none had returned. Abandoned campsites and forgotten trails were the only evidence of their attempts, a silent testament to the forest's unforgiving nature. They said the woods tested your courage and your wit. The trees seemed to whisper secrets, and the fog that rolled in at dusk added an eerie sense of foreboding. I was determined to succeed where others had failed. With the map as my guide, I felt a surge of confidence and a sense of destiny. I would face the forest's challenges and claim the treasure. Each step I took was filled with purpose, my mind racing with thoughts of what lay ahead. The journey would be long and arduous, but the reward was worth every risk. With a compass in hand, I navigated the dense underbrush, my eyes constantly scanning for any sign of the lost city. The map's cryptic symbols and notes were my only clues. Sunlight filtered through the canopy, casting a mystical glow on the forest floor. It was as if the woods themselves were alive, guiding me towards my goal. Occasionally, I would find footprints in the mud, a reminder that I was not the first to walk this path. Each print was a ghost of a past adventurer, urging me to continue. As night fell, I set up camp, the flickering firelight providing a small comfort against the vast darkness. The forest was silent, save for the occasional rustle of leaves and distant calls of nocturnal creatures. By the campfire, I studied the map intently, tracing the lines and symbols with my finger. Each mark was a piece of the puzzle, a step closer to the treasure that awaited. With the break of dawn, I continued my journey, the promise of the lost city driving me forward. The forest was waking up, and so was my determination. The adventure had only just begun. The path wound through the trees, twisting and turning. Strange plants grew along the way. Flowers glowed with an inner light. Mushrooms shimmered with silver and gold. I heard a rustle in the bushes. A pair of bright eyes watched me. A small furry creature hopped onto the path. It had big ears and a bushy tail. The creature tilted its head, studying me with curiosity. It chittered softly and then darted away, disappearing into the undergrowth. The sound of rushing water filled the air. I followed the sound to a clearing. A waterfall cascaded down a moss-covered cliff. The water sparkled like 1,000 diamonds. This was the Whispering Falls marked on my map. According to legend, the water held magic. It could heal the sick and grant wishes, but the falls were also guarded by spirits. They protected the magic from those who sought to misuse it. I approached the falls cautiously, my heart pounding. As I walked deeper into the woods, the trees thinned. I stumbled upon a clearing bathed in sunlight. There, nestled among the trees, was a village. Small houses were built into the trees, connected by rope bridges. Strange and wonderful creatures lived here. Fairies with shimmering wings flitted about, dwarves with long beards hammered at tiny anvils. They were the protectors of the forest, living in harmony with nature. The village elder, a wise old pixie, greeted me. He knew why I had come. He spoke of an ancient prophecy carved into the bark of the oldest tree. It foretold the coming of a chosen one, a seeker of truth and light. The prophecy said that the seeker would face many trials. They would encounter both beauty and danger, and in the end they would discover a truth that would change their life forever. The elder believed that I was this chosen one. The elder led me to a clearing deep within the village. A large oak tree stood in the center, its branches reaching towards the heavens. This was the guardian tree, the heart of the forest's magic. The elder explained that the tree was guarded by a powerful spirit. Only those deemed worthy could pass the test and receive the tree's blessing. The test was a riddle, whispered by the wind through the leaves. I listened closely, my heart filled with trepidation. The wind whispered the riddle, a puzzle about courage and kindness. It was as if the forest itself was testing me, gauging my worthiness to uncover its deepest secrets. The leaves rustled, carrying the ancient words through the air, a melody of nature's wisdom. I closed my eyes and thought. The tranquility of the forest seeped into my mind, allowing me to reflect on my journey. Every step I had taken, every decision I had made, led me to this moment. The forest was more than just a backdrop. It was a living entity, guiding and challenging me. I had faced many challenges on my journey. The dense undergrowth, the treacherous paths, and the hidden dangers had tested my resolve. Each obstacle was a lesson, each trial a testament to my determination. The forest was a labyrinth of mysteries, and I was its determined explorer. I had shown bravery and compassion. Along the way, I had encountered others who were lost or in need. Helping them had not only been the right thing to do, but had also strengthened my spirit. The forest seemed to reward acts of kindness as if it thrived on the goodness within us. I spoke the answer, my voice clear and strong. The wind died down. The forest seemed to listen, its ancient ears attuned to my words. The silence that followed was profound, as if the entire woodland was holding its breath, waiting for the truth to resonate. The forest held its breath. The stillness was almost palpable, a moment suspended in time. It was as if the very essence of the forest was focused on this singular moment, the culmination of my quest. Then a warm light emanated from the tree. It started as a gentle glow, growing brighter and more intense. The light was not just a visual spectacle, it was a feeling, a warmth that touched my soul. The tree, ancient and wise, was revealing its secret. It enveloped me in a comforting embrace. The light was like a hug from the forest itself, reassuring and kind. It was a moment of pure connection, where the boundaries between me and the forest blurred. I felt a deep sense of belonging, as if I was a part of this magical world. The light revealed a hidden path leading deeper into the forest. The path was illuminated, each step glowing with promise. It was a path that had been hidden from view, waiting for the right moment to be unveiled. The forest was guiding me to my destiny. This was the path to the lost city, the treasure I had been seeking. The mythical city, shrouded in legend and mystery, was now within my reach. The journey had been long and arduous, but the reward was beyond my wildest dreams. The forest had tested me, and now it was revealing its greatest secret. I said goodbye to the creatures of the forest, the gentle deer, the wise old owl, and the playful squirrels. Each one had been a part of my journey, a chapter in my story. Their eyes, filled with understanding and warmth, seemed to convey a silent farewell. I thanked them for their guidance, for the moments of clarity they provided when I was lost, and for the strength they lent me when I was weak. Their presence had been a constant source of comfort and inspiration. They had shown me the true meaning of courage and wisdom. The owl's silent flight taught me the value of patience and observation, while the deer's graceful movements reminded me of the strength found in gentleness. The forest was a living, breathing teacher. The lost city's treasure was not gold or jewels, but the journey itself. The experiences, the friendships, the lessons learned, these were far more valuable. Each step I took, each challenge I faced had shaped me into who I was. The forest had given me more than I could ever repay. Reflecting on my journey, I realized that the true treasure lay in the bonds I had formed and the wisdom I had gained. The laughter shared around the campfire, the quiet moments of reflection under the stars, these memories were priceless. I promised to protect the forest and its magic. I vowed to be a guardian of this sacred place, to ensure that its beauty and wisdom would endure for generations to come. This was my pledge, my way of giving back to the forest that had given me so much. I would share its lessons with the world. The creatures cheered, their voices a harmonious chorus that filled the air. It was a celebration of our shared journey, a testament to the bond we had forged. Their voices echoed through the trees, a symphony of nature that resonated deep within my soul. It was a sound that would stay with me, a reminder of the promise I had made. I turned and walked towards the path, my heart filled with a sense of purpose and anticipation. The promise of adventure beckoned me forward, a new chapter waiting to be written. The forest had been my teacher, my sanctuary, and now it was time to take its lessons into the world. With each step, I carried the forest's magic with me, ready to face whatever lay ahead. I emerged from the forest forever changed. The memory of the whispering woods stayed with me, the rustling leaves, the magical creatures, the ancient wisdom. The forest held a magic that could not be explained, only experienced. I knew that the adventure was not over, it was just beginning. The magic of the forest lingered, a whisper in my heart, a reminder of the wonders that awaited me.